Hey guys, it's Bill. I just felt compelled to make a video today just because I'm really fucking irritated. I'm really tired of waking up every day hoping that something has turned for the better, and every day I wake up and get more news that shit has turned for the worse. Um, I guess what I want to talk about today is yes men. I think I've mentioned it before in other videos and I spent a lot of time on it, but I feel like at this point in time, there are way too many people that don't understand the concept and the usefulness of yes men, and the roles that they play. Yes men are opportunists that are devoid of any morals and ethics, and really, are willing to or have already sold out themselves to just do whatever they can to create more opportunity to advance themselves personally in life. Um, I watched a video the other day, and it was of a three-time Trump voter, a MAGA guy that had had enough, and he said, "I'm just done with this." I'll give a plug to the site that he plugged, which was leavingmaga.org, which I think is probably worth people that are still in that boat to at least explore a little bit and hear what other people's stories are that made them, kind of wake up to everything that's going on. But the guy said, I never could understand how Hitler was able to get everybody, not everybody, but so many people on board with the Nazi movement. And then he said, I can see why. Very similarly to, what Hitler did was he just continually chipped away and hacked and slashed any protections that the people had. Before Hitler, it was a democracy, and he did not like that. He did away with it, and he started hacking and slashing the government and replacing them with yes men, which is exactly the same thing that's happening here. And we have seen this in history, and we should know better collectively as citizens of this country, and everything that we've stood for the last 80 years or so, and all of our initiatives and how we've tried to rebuild society. And then, people like me have thought that, the stuff that's happening today could never happen because our pride in this country was the system of checks and balances and accountability and all that. And checks and balances and accountability don't happen when you are surrounded by yes men. When you get rid of all the people that had any ethics, any morals, any integrity, that would speak up and say, oh, that's not right, or no, we can't do that, or for this reason or that reason, or whatever, those people now that exist, if they still exist, I'm sure there's still some here and there, but anybody along the way that even right now was a yes man is cast aside, thrown out. Because if you're not a yes man, if you dissent at all, if you don't agree with every single thing your leader says, you're out. And some good opportunist examples of yes men, you got Ted Cruz, you got Ron DeSantis, you've got Marjorie Taylor Greene, you've got that Todd fucking Blanche guy that's in there right now. You've got Marco Rubio. You've got Tulsi Gabbard. All of these people before Trump, and when they were running against Trump, and when he first announced that he was going to run, were all never Trumpers. They all said terrible, terrible things about him. J.D. Vance called him America's Hitler. And now look at where these people are. How did they get to where they're at? They don't suddenly believe in what he's saying and what he's trying to do. They know that if they want to continue down their path of their cushy lives, funded by taxpayers and the government and all that good stuff, They have to play this game. They're not willing to give it up. Yes men are not usually willing to give it up. And people need to realize this, because we now have a government full of yes men. We have no checks and balances. We have nobody is coming to stop. Last night, Thomas Massey, who lost his election and should not have, had $31 million dumped into his opponent by donors and Israel lobbyists and stuff. That guy, they went so hard against him because of he's not a yes man. He's not standing up. He's not standing up for them. He's standing up against them. And now he's out. He lost an election that he should not have lost to a guy he should not have lost to, only because we have Citizens United, which allows, corporations and big money donors to just dump as much money as they possibly want, which disenfranchises regular voters like us. Our voices don't count. But right now, we need to do everything that we can so that whatever is left of this democracy, we can try and save before we're completely off the rails and in the fucking ocean. But people need to understand what yes men are. People need to recognize how many yes men are now in place. The same thing with the Supreme Court. The people that he put on the Supreme Court, they're yes men. All these people are taking money. They've all sold out. Almost everybody on the Supreme Court, everybody in the Congress, in the Senate, whether they're speaking up or staying quiet, they're taking money. They're fucking yes men too. They all need to go. They all need to go. Everyone needs to get on board with this. People need to stop being gullible. Shit is not going to work itself out unless we do something, and that means we have to say no. No more. Our lives are getting shittier by the day. Our kids don't have a fucking future being set up for them that they're going to be able to live in and survive and thrive. It's time to wake up, people. Come on. It just can't keep going on day after day. This has happened because people are gullible, and even when they're presented with facts, they're willfully ignorant. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. There's going to become a time where you think that this is not going to affect you, and you hate Democrats or whatever, and you want Democrats to have everything thrown at them. Okay, once they're out of the way, there's just you. And when you don't like what's happening, too fucking bad. It's over. It's done. You have nothing to do about it. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. All of the fucking structure of democracy has been destroyed. And then we're living in a dictatorship. That's where this is headed. This isn't fucking games anymore. This isn't owning the libs. This isn't a game. These aren't teams. Come on, people. Come on, please. Please. I'm tired of living like this. A lot of people are tired of living like this because a small percentage of the vast majority of us don't want to give up this bullshit. We're all continually getting fucked every day. Grow up, please.